Good morning and welcome to MBA batch of Luth Mata Institute of Management Studies, LMIMS Business News. Let's get the news rolling with the top 6 business news.
Greetings everyone, my name is Mangte bringing today's business news. Now for the headlines. US EdTech coast that boom in India. US-based EdTech unicorns Udemy expects India to be one of their largest markets outside their home turf after a huge surge in online learning due to the pandemic. While many of India's homegrown online EdTech firms are school curriculum-oriented, overseas learning platforms focus more on professional courses and soft-skill programs. San Francisco-based Udemy saw a boost in subscriptions as more people opted for online learnings to upskill or reskill themselves in recent months. It also witnessed demand from its consumer-faced marketplace and corporate learning services, Udemy for Business. India has consistently been one of the top markets for Udemy, and our India operations have always been a priority. We have seen a huge rate of growth in online learning in India during COVID, said Erwin Anand, Managing Director, Udemy. Enrollments in Udemy tripled in India as people stayed home and used the platforms to stay busy, increase productivity, or just learn a new skill. 3 of the 130,000 courses offered on the platform, communication skills 606%, financial analysis 311%, and business fundamentals 281%, have led growth in the past 6 months. As the pandemic pushed users to online learning, investments in edtech startups jumped to $1.88 billion during January to October, compared to $440 million in 2019, according to data from Traxin. That's all I have for today. Now over to Group 5.
This is Ponushaji. Today's headline: PM to brainstorm with global fund houses tomorrow. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will chair a virtual global investor roundtable on Thursday where he will engage and deliberate with top fund houses, business leaders and policymakers on how to accelerate the growth of international investment in the country. At least 20 of the world's largest pension and sovereign wealth funds with total asset under management of about $6 trillion will participate in the roundtable. This global institution investors represent key regions including the US, Europe, Canada, Korea, Japan, the Middle East, Australia and Singapore.
Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone Limited is leading the race to develop Sri Lanka's stalled East Container Terminal at Colombo Port, in what would be the second overseas venture for India's largest private port operator. The flagship of the Adani Group and a local partner have reportedly received in principle approval to sign a deal with the Sri Lanka Port Authority, which will hold a majority stake in the project. Bloomberg reported on Tuesday. The Adani Group declined to respond to queries from Mind. The led by billionaire Gautam Adani had last year signed an agreement to develop as $275 million container terminal at Yangon Port in Myanmar. An analyst who attended quarterly earnings call on Tuesday, Chief Executive Officer and whole-time director, are saying that the Colombo project was a government-to-government deal and that it was too premature to comment on any development. The permanent agreement regarding the port was finalized last year, but Sri Lanka's President Gotabaya Rajapaksa had announced a review after protests by labor union who feared foreign control over the strategic project.
Hey, it's Lakshmi representing Group 3 with today's news. SEBI lays down guidelines for due diligence on debt securities. The Securities and Exchange Board of India on Tuesday night laid down a fresh set of norms for increasing diligence on debt securities. SEBI prescribed enhanced disclosure in the trustee deed, which would make it easier for debenture trustees to conduct due diligence on encumbrances of underlying assets. SEBI had first approved these new norms in its board meeting on 30th September. These rules strengthen the role of debenture trustees by empowering them to conduct an independent inspection of assets on which a charge is being created. Debenture trustees represent the interests of bondholders and act as a liaison between them and the issuer company. Here are the key changes that will be applicable from 1st January. The market regulator has made it mandatory for the issuer to include details of assets, immovables, and immovable property on which a charge encumbrances is being created. Also, they must disclose whether the underlying assets are encumbered elsewhere or are free from any other liability. Details of existing change over the assets along with the details of charge holder must be disclosed. No objections from existing charge holder for further creation of assets or lien on the assets should be provided. Thank you.
Welcome to Business News. Comcast Walmart in talks to develop and distribute smart TVs. Comcast Corporation is in talks with Walmart to develop and distribute smart TVs, according to people familiar with the matter, as the cable giant looks to become a dominant hub for streaming apps, not just TV channels. Under the terms the companies are discussing, retail giant Walmart would promote TV sets running Comcast software and would get a share of recurring from Comcast in return. Comcast, which is competing with Netflix for a share in the crowded streaming landscape, would be able to promote its new streaming service in the smart TVs. Focusing on smart TV and streaming technology could help Comcast move beyond its eroding traditional cable TV business, which continues to lose subscribers as households cut the cord. So far this year, the company has lost nearly 1.2 million cable TV subscribers. Comcast believes it is in a strong position to compete, given investments it has made in cable technology in recent years and the vast movie and TV assets the company has under its NBC Universal umbrella. Thank you.
SoftBank Vision Fund's Chief Operating Officer, Ruwanvira Sikira, has retired, the latest in a spat of departures at the almost $100 billion vehicle. The 54-year-old managing partner's departure was confirmed by SoftBank spokesman Andrew Kovacs. Neil Hadley, who is also Chief of Staff to Vision Fund Chief Executive Officer Rajiv Misra, will take on the COO role in addition to his current duties. Investing partners Ted Fike and Justin Wilson resigned to join Alec Course's eponymous Course Group as senior managing directors, focusing on the firm's special purpose acquisition companies or SPACs effort, Kovacs said. Axios reported Fike and Wilson's new roles on Sunday. Vision Fund employees has described the company culture as one that rewards aggression and recklessness, a characterization the firm has disputed. Bloomberg Businessweek reported in December. Carolina Brochado, one of the few women in upper management at the fund, gave her notice in April, a month after she was made partner. Brochado's promotion was meant to fill one of the gaps left by a previous round of departures.